Company.
Yes, it is. It is another Bell and Company. I like to have my co-host there, Libby, Miss Libby Tartars, talking there.
Hi.
Hey, Libby, how you doing today?
Good.
And also joining us all the time now, which is awesome, is Mr. Joe Brunker. Hey, Joe.
Yo.
How you doing this weekend? Good?
Doing all right. I mean, it was kind of a tiring weekend. My girlfriend's been struggling out in Georgia right now because of all the hurricanes.
The hurricane stuff? Oh,
yeah,
boy.
It's her power's still off at her house, so it's been pretty rough for her.
You're sending her candles?
She's got enough candles, but I'm gonna send her some things.
Cool.
Hopefully it reaches her.
I thought you were going to say you're in you're doing that play you're in, or the movie you're shooting. What was that?
The Christmas Carol thing?
Yeah, that's been going on. Yeah.
No, something you did on Saturday.
Oh yeah, she was in it as well. Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
okay,
we'll talk about that in a little bit.
We should bring our guest on right now, and I don't want to mess up your last name, but hello, Sandra. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. How do you say your last name?
Rzeczyca.
See, I definitely don't want to say that. I'll mess it up for sure. I'm good. Sandra's okay, right?
Yep, Sandra's fine.
So, welcome to the show, and it's all about Sandra. But I was going to bring up a couple things. One of them is I hope everybody's getting by okay. It's been a week now since the big hurricane hit. I mean, which surprised me. My friends in North Carolina are really struggling.
Yeah.
They're luckily in hotels about 30 minutes away.
And now Milton is on his way into Florida right now.
That's what I heard. I mean, can we just get like 20 of them instead of just one, right? You know. And then Georgia got it, North Carolina got it. I think parts of South Carolina got it. I mean,
Tennessee, a lot of areas. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a rough, but I hope everybody's managing with that. And the rumor is that they're running out of FEMA money. They better get some more because we're not done with hurricanes. That's for sure.
Yeah, but this is Sandra. I met her a few years back through my friend Aaron.
Nice to meet you, Sandra.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't want to forget, good luck. Hope everything's okay with your girlfriend.
Oh, no,
it sounds
it's
like
fine.
she's going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's struggling right now, but hopefully she'll get through it.
She's able to eat. She has somewhere to stay, obviously.
Yes,
Good.
Of course, for sure.
Good.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, on to Sandra. Welcome to the show. Glad you were able to come out. I'm excited to talk to you about what you do. But why don't you go ahead and just start talking a little bit about how you got started with the books and you're working with Joe. How did you guys meet?
So me and Joe first met, it was about 2-3 years ago I was approached by my friend Aaron, our mutual friend Aaron, he knew a guy who was like, oh, he needs to...
Go ahead, I'm listening.
He needs to illustrate he needs help with illustrating the book. And I was like, sure, I'll take it, and then we just met, and it also got me into doing watercolors, and we've been working since then.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, she actually...
Hold it up.
Her and Aaron, who edited this photo, who edited the book, she created all the illustrations. This was the first kind of watercolor of that illustration, which is pretty awesome. They signed it for me, and it says Henry the Hyper Hippo on there, which is the book that she created every image for.
My nieces and nephew know the book well, actually. I wanted to tell you that, but I wanted to wait till we got on the air. So it's pretty awesome to have you here. And I'm sure I'll send them the podcast. I don't know if they're listening to it because they're on the East Coast, so they're probably in bed already.
That's awesome.
Or getting ready to go to bed. But yeah. So you are focused. Do you do any writing too, or are you just focused on illustrating?
Mostly I do illustration, but now I'm doing writing. I originally wanted to be a writer, and now I'm writing my own comic books with Joel and Tusk. And then I'm writing one called Spirits of the West, which is based on a short film I did a couple of years back, and just expanding the story. Hopefully it'll be 30 or 40 pages. It'll be a comic book that I wrote in Peru.
Oh, I love comic books. I was just at a show. Oh, I was going to mention that at the top of the show. I just did, and thank you very much to the Crown Antique Mall in Crown Point, Indiana for having us. Had a little booth there and talked about the show a little bit. But I was there, speaking of illustrating, doing films and all that, I was there to sell toys, of images of your book and stuff like that, cool little trinkets. And but it was cool to talk to people about being on the radio, and I was of course promoting what we're doing here tonight and in general. And then I got to meet the Hammer, Fred Williamson, football player, actors, and a bunch of stuff. So that would probably be right up your alley, these types of shows, because they had all kinds of cool children's toys and stuff, and books. They had a lot of books, which I was surprised about. I didn't think there'd be any kind of stuff like that. But there were stacks and stacks of them in some of these booths and children's books. I'm not saying I saw yours there, but some similar.
That's
So
awesome.
anyway, so yeah,
Yeah,
that
I was gonna say if ours is there, that's not right.
well, why not? It could be older,
Well,
but it is an old book.
if it was there now, I'd be very frustrated.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's still new. Right. Good point.
It has not been released.
Yeah, so it's not out there officially yet.
Yeah,
right?
so it
we're
was
kind
on
of releasing
NBA.
it, quote unquote, tonight, showing the pictures and stuff. I guess it's okay. You gave him the picture to show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The original illustration cover, and I also have a digital copy, but this is the OG one, so I want to give it to him.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. It's awesome, and I'm so grateful for it, and that it's framed. I remember when you first showed it to me at the Starbucks, like you brought it there, and
This is going to be a book one day, Joe.
yeah.
I'm
So
excited to hear that.
I basically gave her the book, and we planned out a payment like times like throughout the months following, and then she created all the images for I believe it was 23 pages. Yeah.
Yeah, 23.
That's pretty awesome. When is it coming out?
We're hoping to get it out before Christmas. Erin is currently finishing up the final editing for it, and we are going to get it released as soon as possible.
Okay. So maybe one day it will be at the toy shows. Everybody's going to have it. That's the plan, at least.
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends that are looking to get it into schools, and I'd hope to get some of her comics into schools with that. Just kind of like help get your books in to the same places that I can get my book.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so your background, obviously, you do some acting as well, then I guess.
I just recently got into it. It was more. I always wanted to do it for a while, but I never really. I was always afraid of going up on stage because of anxiety and stuff. But then I'm like, that's something I was wanting to do. I was already doing animation, and I took like 2 acting classes there. It was like you took dialogue, and then you had to like act it out, and then you have to animate it. And so I wanted to try it. I used to grow up watching a lot of like Matt TV or SNL. Matt TV was my favorite.
Of
So,
course.
Well, I always thought Mad TV was better than SNL.
Oh yeah, Matt
So much
TV is
better.
better. Oh yeah, it was funnier.
I wish it lasted longer than what was
Yeah.
it, like 8 years or whatever.
I know, I was really disappointed. But so I watched that, and I don't know, I always wanted to do like comedy, and I just started creating these little skits on my YouTube channel called Black Knight Studios. And it's and I just started creating this character called Sandra Richardson, and just I don't know. And then I did my first short live action short film with Joe Brunker over here. I played
Nice.
Yeah. It's
So
cool.
so when you say you did it yourself, you're like using computer animation or the cell drawing, kind of like that picture, or it's all computerized now?
It's all computerized. I did it all on the computer, but now I do like live action, so I just film myself on the iPhone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like for
Oh,
the
yeah.
animation stuff
Oh,
though.
yeah.
You wouldn't have drawn it by hand anymore, right? They don't do that, or do they?
You can still do it, but not anymore. You sketch out ideas, and it's all done digitally afterwards.
It's amazing how
Yeah.
that takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you initially sketch it out on paper, and then you just kind of load in your thoughts on that in a sense, or you scan it.
So I usually, sketch it out, sketch out my ideas, and then I put them on the computer mostly, and then I ink it, color it, and do everything digitally.
Oh, that's really cool.
I mean, they do have sketch pads on the computer now too, where you just use the little
Yeah,
stylus.
I've
So
seen
I mean, you don't even need paper.
Yeah, I do that now. I transition more to it too now, so I haven't drawn too much on paper.
I like paper though.
I do like paper better.
Do you use
I
a
don't know.
tablet?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I mean, it's funny we're talking about this because I just had a weird thing actually trying to get my producer some money here today. I was triple charged from my bank somehow. It's the app, the digital app. So I'm not exactly, I mean, I guess we're all in the digital age, but I kind of like the
I'm not.
old-fashioned way.
I'm old school.
Yeah, you don't, yeah, she doesn't even have a cell phone, Libby.
Oh wow.
I
But
don't.
we'll have to get her a cell phone one day. I don't know.
No, I
No, see?
protest. No.
But
Don't
anyway,
want it.
that's why I wanted to bring up. I like the old-fashioned, sketching and stuff. Like I met Chuck Jones when I was a little kid, and I'm watching him do this whole panel. Chuck Jones was, a lot of things,
Oh,
but
I know.
mainly Warner Brothers stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, wow, he just did that freehand right there. He's got the panel ready to go. No digital, no film, just him drawing it out.
Oh no, I love doing stuff traditionally more. That's why this is very special. Like when I sketched that out or done it, like I like watercolors as well.
Oh,
So I think
cool. I mean, I guess the apps kind of can simulate that look,
more
right?
commercial, yeah, able to do it, but.
So have you been doing this like go back a little farther? When did you like really get into that? I think you started talking about it, but I'll let you finish what got you into doing this. And how old were you when you started doing it? Like 5th grade, kindergarten?
It all started when I was around like 12, 11. So like I would grow up watching a lot of Toonami, so which is like this action network on Cartoon Network back in the day.
What was your favorite one?
Zatch Bell.
Zatch Bell.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I saw that cartoon.
Yeah, so that was by Makoto Raiku, who's one of my favorite manga artists growing up. So that's kind of what inspired me to kind of start drawing and writing originally. And I one day create a passion project about like lightning or about the elements.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So
I love the like kind of anime sort of that you bring with a lot of your drawings. It's really cool, and that's kind of why it was cool to see you stretch into a different, like more cartoonish, like you know, hippo.
I'm a big fan of Tom and Jerry and like any like cartoon networks. I guess I influenced a little bit anime, so it's like totally different. Like when I saw like the anime, it was totally different from the Western cartoons.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it has a little bit of the. Is it Japanimation? Is that what they call it? I don't know what they call it. Like
they call it different things.
Yogi. I forget that one. That one's like it's a little game and stuff. Yogi. I forget what it's called. But they look like Sonic. Like Sonic the Hedgehog. It looks kind of the art looks like Sonic
the Bear.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
No, I just can't think of the name. It's Japanese style art. Is that kind of what influenced you? I guess is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that cartoon on the Cartoon Network or whatever tune, they got rid of a lot of them.
Oh yeah, I'm very sad they're gonna shut down Cartoon Network by Warner Bros. So I'm very sad. I grew up on that.
They shut down the website already.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they figure. I don't know what they're thinking. Where do you go for the cartoon on TV? I guess they figure everybody's on looking at old stuff. I don't know.
A lot of people have transferred over to Crunchyroll and you know like other sort of like streaming sites.
But again, that's digital online streaming. It's not a TV signal, quote unquote.
Yeah, most of the stations are if they do transfer, they transfer their station over to like the streaming sites.
I don't know. I guess I'm old fashioned, and you pay for this, but I like just to turn on the remote and Comcast to send in a signal, or whoever the Spectrum, whatever. But yeah, that's getting pricey. So I think that's what made everybody go to these apps. But again, look what happened. Now there's no Cartoon Network. It's depressing, actually.
So I'm
with you on that.
What's been your funnest freelance so far?
So recently I did 2 cover arts for my friend Brandy Blackman. You can also her name, and then she has an Instagram called Brandy Writes 11. So I had the opportunity to illustrate 2 books in an anime style, and
nice.
so that was very exciting. And
say her name again.
Brandy. Her name is Brandy Blackman, and she has an Instagram account called Brandy Writes 11. You can follow her, and the books are gonna be, I believe, this week. She told me that the link will be for a pre-order. So if anyone's hearing this or wants to watch, read some comedy, romance, anime influence styled. Writing a light novel style, please follow Brandy Writes 11 and pre-order her books right now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Like another thing you're involved with. Are you on that project too?
No,
okay.
I'm not. She does her own freelance, and
I'm sure.
That's where that's why Erin reached out to me about her, and I remember telling her, I want it to be like a cross between the Berenstain Bears and Arthur. So like image wise, so she kind of created it in that form.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's kind of what it does look like. So she listened.
Yeah. Oh, very well. And she created some amazing art that I can't wait to show.
I bet you people who are listening that are the younger audience like, what are the Berenstain Bears? Because I don't think I've seen books from them in a while.
It's either that. Oh, Little Critters. My bad. It wasn't Berenstain Bears. It was Little Critters that I told you.
Okay, now that I can understand. I don't know who they are, but I could get that a little more recent.
Little Critters was early '90s.
But I definitely see Arthur.
Yeah, early '90s was Little Critters.
Well, that's a while ago too, then.
Yeah, they came out with a spree of them. Those were some of my favorite books growing up as a kid. So she just perfectly crafted what I was trying to cross it between.
You guys have a lot in common, it sounds like.
Yeah.
We both love art.
I love it. I love looking at art or anything like paintings, Renaissance paintings, like just anything. pretty much, I just love looking at it, and I try and see if I can incorporate something from that to something that I'm doing.
You could lose yourself in the Art Institute for days, right?
Yes.
That's
gotta
one of
go
my
there.
favorite places to go too.
3
I mean,
years.
I always think of the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where they're just standing there. I don't know if the camera. Yeah, I guess the camera can see it. They're standing there with their head like this, and they're like doing the pose. I'm like, I actually did that when I was there a couple times, and not even thinking about imitating the movie. But yeah, I love going there.
I used to
I'm
work
with
for
you
a
guys on that.
trucker, and
What's that?
I used to work for a trucker, and we would do deliveries to the Art Institute in Chicago.
Oh.
And like sometimes we would do pickups, and one time they were trying to help load this like massive piece onto our truck, and it was like they were trying to take it down the ramp, and we all had to like push the thing back up. It was $1 million piece of art.
Oh,
and
boy.
it almost got destroyed.
Oh,
like,
my gosh.
and it wasn't even us, it was the people from the museum that almost dropped the thing, so we were like, like it was
That's kind of interesting. Well, now we know what happens when some of it gets, why it's not in a spot, because you'll see like a, under repair or whatever, like they used to do with Mona Lisa all the time.
It was really cool being in the underground, though, of the Art Institute, because they've got like little paintings up on the wall still.
Were you able to get in there for free and see everything too?
No.
Just-
it was
just
the
underground.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I went to the bathroom. It was nice.
Hey, you figure if you're delivering, they give you a chance to walk around a little bit, but I guess not. You're too busy not destroying the artwork, it sounds like. So Sandra can go look at it.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so more about you. So I guess you're doing all of this full time, I take it.
Not yet. I just do it more on this side right now. I have a day job.
Oh, okay. Is
Yeah.
it related?
No, it's not related.
Oh, bummer. I try
I
to
wish.
make everything kind of sort of tie
One day.
in.
One day, but the goal is to do this for a full-time living, make money off of my art, and have my own show, like be able to make my comics. I would love to like have it turn into an anime. That's kind of the dream, have my own studio. Yeah.
Don't you have Sludge Monsters? That's what it called, right? Sludge Monster?
Yeah,
Or-
Tackle the Sludge Monster.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
another one. There's a couple ones.
What is
You
that?
just released that a couple months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's another children's book we're talking about?
No, it's my own comic book.
Oh, the comic book.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, you could find it on her any of her social media. She's got a website too.
Tunes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, go ahead. When I brought it up, I was going to say that in a little bit, but where do we find you online?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at Black Knight Studios. You can find me on Facebook, also Black Knight Studios.
Okay.
Mhm.
NIGHT, not like the night, but day and night.
Oh, it's K.
OKN.
Oh, it is like the
Yeah,
Knights of the Round
Knights.
Table.
Yeah, Knights.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad I said that. Black Knights.
Yeah.
All right, so now I interrupt. So it's Black Knight. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just saying it's Black Knight Studios.
Got it. Okay.
And YouTube, my bad. No, YouTube too.
And are there pages, even though that hasn't released yet? But I'm sure you probably got social media and a website set up for that stuff too.
There's an Instagram, but I haven't really updated it recently. But yeah, it basically was just kind of posting a couple of the pictures, not many, just 'cause I
okay.
don't want to reveal too much of her artwork before the book's even out.
This
But,
is like the super early release look at it, basically, then, because it's not ready
this
to go.
isn't digitized. Oh, the book's pretty much ready. It's just,
I'm talking about the book, yeah.
Yeah, the book's pretty much ready. It's just like formatting of the words that is being worked on by Aaron Wagner. Who's been helping us quite a bit. He's the one who introduced me to Sandra.
I got that
And,
part, but what else does he do? Is he?
He's editing and
Oh, he's
also
editing,
adding
okay.
little side pictures. He added
Got it.
about the author, about the illustrator. It's pretty cool what he's been doing with it.
It's a
So-
big project to do a book like that.
Yeah, it's
It is.
definitely going to be something that I try to bring to schools, and because I want to not only show off her artwork, but also make kids feel less alone. Because ADHD kids can definitely, or people with any sort of difference, they can just feel left out in the world.
Did you like have an inspiration for that when you talked about that? Okay, maybe certain colors or the way the pictures are to relate for people like have issues like that, or you probably didn't. That probably didn't come up, did it? Like how to make it look, based on what Joe was talking about, like for the schools specifically, or for people that have, like they're distracted. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I guess just make some fun colors. Like if I remember, I can't, but I'm trying to remember how we came up with the color palette. But I think I want to do something that was like natural. So I got into like watercolors, and I guess it'd be fun to make a blue hippo. I think that's what the inspiration was.
Okay.
I think it's like I want to make a cartoony, make it like stand out, make something that is, that's attention seeking, that kids will want to gravitate towards.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, she made the parents and the doctor and all of the friends, well, former friends, because he lost them all the time. But it was like,
Nice.
yeah. So she made them all so perfect, and it was really, it's going to be really cool for kids to read because it goes perfectly with the story.
So how long does it take to put that together then? Or how long did it take, I guess I should say? You're pretty much done?
She's totally done with the illustration. It's just now the editing part. Yeah.
Okay, so how long did it take you to work on a project like that, like for a book?
Just my portion of it, right?
Like you're doing the illustrations.
I remember when we originally did it, it was 3 months, about like 2 to 3 months, like getting between the payments, getting the sketching done, the thumbnail. So that was a long process to do that. And of course, things also could get delayed because but now it's finally getting released after 2 years. So
Life gets in the way, right? Other projects, I get it.
Yeah, I was in the band and so focused on that, lost kind of track of everything. Was just like kind of just in that mode of trying to.
You've only briefly touched on that on the air before. That's why I was like really surprised when you said, "Oh yeah, I'm writing that book with them." So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's I'm always glad to talk about it. Sandra killed it. Aaron is killing it right now, finishing it up. So
the reason that made me think about it is like with comic books, you say you're doing your own comic books. Does it also take that long? Because like with like DC, I'm a Batman guy, Superman.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a different comic book every few weeks, and now that it's digital, they even release them a little earlier. I mean, doesn't it take a while they have teams. I guess they're not just one or two people, but still.
It does.
If you had for your comic book, are you going to be able to release them like you would see a series, at the comic book store online?
Oh, I'd love to, because right now I'm working on a 5-page comic, but it takes time since I have a day job. It does, and I don't have a team at the moment. But I'm trying to get it released. Like let's say when I made the Sludge Monster, for example, I wanted to get it to be like I set a release date and I kind of worked towards and just promoted it. But later down the road, I actually want to do something like a series, like the Passion Project I talked about.
Yeah.
It's been something since
That's what
I
I'm
was
referring
12.
to.
Yeah, that's what I
elements,
want to
right?
do. Yes.
And then how long would it take you? I mean, it probably won't take you that long, like
No,
months.
No, I was paying her in a time frame, so it was more. It was more based off of that process.
Based on the job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like for this one, if I were doing it like by myself, I would want to have like a team of people working on like a comic, and I'd be doing this full time though, like kind of like mangakas do. Like I'm a big fan of like manga or the manga art.
Yeah.
And they
That's
have
what I was
a team
talking
of
to.
people.
That's
Yeah,
Japanese,
or comics.
isn't it?
Yes.
That's
yes,
what I thought.
And then you got like DC, and they all have like teams of people working together, kind of like what we do at Joe, but like. With this,
They have I already know. I can
Yeah.
tell you just from the credits
That's
in
why
the
I
book,
take
but I
the
know
story,
people
yeah.
that did work at DC. There's like 20 people,
Oh yeah.
and then the editors. I don't know how many editors they have, but
Yeah.
But that's pretty
It's all
awesome.
about building, Like
Just doing it all by yourself,
we
which
all
is
try.
great.
We all try to build each other up,
Mhm.
and grow each other in that way.
Well, so now you've heard her talk about it here. Now you got to help. You got to help with the comic book.
I want
I
to do it
mean,
weekly. Like I want to do like a weekly release or bi-weekly release for like this passion project. But like right now, it's just more like one standalone stories I'm focusing on right now. Just getting used to the tools.
I can't imagine all the work. It's a lot of work
It's a
just to
lot.
get a radio podcast, streaming radio show together. I can
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
putting a book and a comic book together every week.
Honestly, if this
It's a
book
lot of work.
does well, I would love her to hire a team, and we would like kind of make a cartoon out of it. That's what I would
Oh.
love
Like
to do.
actual like
I know
something
an
you see on
animator,
the old
and I'll help
cartoon,
out.
like the old Cartoon Network type cartoon, or just like brief little shorts or something like a
It
30-minute
depends, like,
cartoon.
It depends. Like I could see it being like a PBS show. Like that would be
Nice.
pretty.
So
kinda
30-minute
cool.
episodes,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. I based on the
Well,
story.
you're putting her on the spot. Are you ready for that?
I've been ready.
Okay.
I've been ready to be part of an animation show my whole life. That's something I've
all
always just wanted to do, but
Yeah.
never
Well, since
really,
12 at least,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
since I was 12, writing and comics and anything.
And that's why I'm hoping to I'm gonna promote the heck out of this thing. Just because. I believe that the book will help people with ADHD, but I also would like to, down the road, make a series as well. I've started on the second one, just like writing wise. I've gotten like halfway through it, And then I want to kind of create a series where I introduce new animals with different
like a whole series just
different
of its own.
disorders, kind of like
Great.
Winnie the Pooh did, where like Eeyore represented depression, Winnie represented, I forgot
Like
what
Charlie Brown cartoon.
Charlie Brown's
yeah.
kind of the same way. They bring in some different ones here and there. He started with like 3 core, and then obviously Snoopy.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I would love to do, and kind of incorporate that into Henry's own little world.
You're acting like you're just thinking about this now. I mean, you two have already talked about this, right? Off the air.
I know I've been writing about it, planning about it, and like if the book does well, that's what I'm hoping to get it to do.
Okay.
To where
But
I
you're
can
on board.
afford
My
to-
point is, she knows you want to do it too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like
Okay.
to do the second one or whatever next book is coming.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. I mean, once I release this one, I want to see how it goes. Just want to kind of dive into that with that, because I haven't published one on paperback. I've just only published my books on Amazon.
Got it. Yeah, no, paperback, more wide distribution. You mean instead of like a self-published kind of deal, right? That's what you're hoping for, I should say.
Yeah, I'd like to spread it more.
Yeah.
I'd like to get it out there, get a contract so that I can afford to,
Yeah.
Well,
continue to make animation.
You're talking about it on a pretty popular station with a pretty popular show, so I guess there you go. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, we all want to help each other, in
Yeah.
this world.
So to remind everybody, we're talking with Sandra. Say your last name again.
Rzeczyca.
See, I don't want to screw that up. And you can hold that up again. And we're talking about the soon-to-release book.
I got
And so
close.
the title again. Go ahead. What's the title?
Henry the Hyper Hippo.
Thank you, Henry the Hyper Hippo. And you guys keep saying passion project, and or you do at least, talking about your other stuff. But why not make it mainstream? And I did this full time for years, and then got into other. Speaking of day job, I have actually it's family partners in the family, but I still love doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it. So.
Good.
Definitely don't give up on it is, I guess, a thing to say right now, no matter what happens.
Oh, she's got
Even if it
immense
doesn't sell
talent.
as well as you think, do it again, and then keep redistributing. Maybe you got to edit some of the pages or something.
I'm fairly confident in it. Story-wise, it's a really well flowing story, and the animation propels it. So I really am confident, and it touches on a topic that many people deal with, but are a lot of people have stigmatized, or they downplay what ADHD is, and stuff they downplay mental health, and so it was just the way that she created the animation just set the story up and brings so much more emotion to it.
Well, that's why I asked about the colors, because I'm thinking even the colors of looking at the page kind of help with the mindset too. I mean, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there that there might have been some inspiration there.
Well, a lot of people she definitely created the color scheme, and it came out perfect. And every time she sent me something, I was just like, "This is awesome,"
Yeah, he liked everything I drew, so that made me feel good too.
But there might be some psychological effects behind the picking of that. That's what I'm wondering about.
Not necessarily. I just enjoyed the color scheme. There could be all colors bring about some sort of psychological effect. Blue is more known for being calming.
Yeah, I do know that. But kids will like it, is the point.
Yeah, if parents a lot of times read their kids books at night, before they go to bed.
So it's a good idea to help with looking at I love looking at the pictures. I never liked really reading, long form, whether it's nonfiction or fiction, unless there was some kind of image. So, I would have liked you to have done all the books I had to read in school. But that was a while ago. I'm getting old now. But anyway, I'm curious then if you guys have at all spoken with the local schools that you were involved with, or are you just waiting to get it out, say, on Amazon first?
I have quite a few friends that are teachers that want me to bring it to their classes, and librarians, and I've talked to quite a few people.
But that's, you've already tried to arrange it already.
Not necessarily arrange it, but they've heard about it. I've posted about it, and they've messaged me about it and asked, and then I've showed it to a couple people who were bookworms, and I've showed them the story, not the images yet.
Okay.
But a lot of them have just told me quite a bit about it, so it's been very helpful.
So now that they're going to be able to replay this over and over again. There's another way to get it out. So definitely when you're ready to officially release it.
It's a way to get her projects out there at Black Knight Studios and just show all of her freelance work with the people that she works with. Didn't you work with Anthony Padilla too?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah. So last year, I worked on. Thanks again, Joe, for the opportunity, and then for the music videos, 2 music videos I do. One was like a fractal motion graphics one. Another one was he wanted to be done in the style of a Monty Python. The artwork, yeah.
The
cool.
artwork with the animation,
like stop motion. It was like not stop motion, but it was more cutout animation.
Yes.
So, and I had to do
look a little more rudimentary, right?
Yeah, it was pretty cool though to work on that. And shout out to Anthony Padilla as well. You check out his music.
And remind us who he is again, Joe.
He's a musician, really good artist. Yeah, she was just about to say it. He's a musician. He's on Spotify, all over the place. So
got it. I interrupted you saying it. I'm sorry. Okay, that's the connection there. So okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, anywhere you can get your work out there is key. It doesn't matter, even if it's in the coffee shop on the billboard, just something. But the beauty of today that maybe younger people, I don't know, say in their early 20s can't appreciate, or maybe younger than that even, is that there wasn't always social media. I mean, it was people. It was like the old way, radio, TV. Books. You guys are doing a book, not just digital. And by the way, it is going to be physical book. It's not just digital.
Yeah, it's going to be physical paperback.
Okay, just making sure I heard that right. But, today is just such a great system out there to get the word out. I mean, social media, everybody talks about a lot of the bad stuff, like censorship. But it's such a great thing. Don't you both believe in that, like me?
Oh, yeah.
That it's just like become like part of our lives.
I'll say it's a great thing, but I also think it's a rough thing. I don't like social media as much as I would want to. Like when I deleted it for years in college.
Really?
I didn't want any social media, but once I started a band, once I started promoting things and learned how to navigate that, then I got kind of addicted to memes,
What about you, Sandra? Do you feel it's pretty important to you to get the projects out, the passion project out there? I mean, are you thinking like you definitely, if you didn't have it, what would you like, oh my gosh, what would I do?
So social media is helping me with getting the word out there. But yeah, social media sometimes can be detrimental to you or your mental health, because sometimes I had to take a break from social media. I actually took a break recently this year because sometimes I would see people living the best life, and I'm like, man, my life sucks, Seeing
other people look like having going on the trips and all that, and having the bling bling. I get it.
They're very popular. Their artwork is better. And sometimes I had to now I kind of use it more like just to promote my stuff. I kind of I go on it still, but I don't go too much on it, and it just kind of sometimes made me depressed or anxious about things.
You've been going on some awesome adventures.
It wasn't just about going on adventures, but sometimes I would get jealous of other people, like maybe it was more like about the followers, or they're more popular, I would get jealous, and sometimes I would just like need a break from it, or
you're talking about specifically social media.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd get like insecure, oh, this person deleted me, or why this person and that. Sometimes there's some insecurity issues, but now I'm just like, you know what, I got a good group of friends, I have, everything I need. I'm just focusing on myself, making sure I be the better version of myself, what I was yesterday, just like focus on myself, get my stuff out there.
But you're doing great at it.
And you will still use it then, obviously. Everybody,
I'm going to use social media.
Libby's on it every day, criticizing the government or people that don't like this or don't like that. You're kind of addicted to it.
I use it for therapy. It's cheaper than going to a shrink.
Okay, she likes to vent on social media.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Can't afford a shrink anymore.
Yeah, so she's not necessarily using it or feeling bad or promoting. She's just in general. Yeah, right. So.
I just say what I feel. Some silly thought comes into my head, I post it. I just like that.
So it's funny what Sandra's saying. She kind of just stepped away. But I hear that a lot, mental health. Even Joe's talking about it on a lot of shows, the mental health issues with not social media in general, but social media can mess with your mental health,
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes people depressed, but it sounds like you're saying maybe it did because you're like, ooh, like you just reiterating what you just said about,
it makes you anxious, or just, you're kind of like insecure, just depending on the person. But I also want to give a shout out to our friend Aaron Wagner, who who started a mental health creative group over a year ago.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yep. I want to give a shout out to him. And you can find his social media. It's called The Heart and Mind Unite on Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a group that's actually the group that we just kind of like hung out with a few of them, and we filmed a very quick short film, like
Really?
within like 2 hours. It was fun.
Was that this past weekend that I was
yesterday,
talking what you were doing? Okay, yeah, we're live on a Sunday here in October, and yeah, you were talking about yesterday. Yesterday I was out at a antique fair, and you were doing a much more fun project. It sounds like.
It was a good time. I had fun in there. Like it was definitely we put it together pretty fast, and it was definitely.
And your friend that you just mentioned, say his name again. Go ahead and give him another plug.
Aaron Wagner.
Aaron Wagner was behind that project, or
he likes to get everybody to hang out and do group things like for mental health, to raise awareness and to help all of us. They kind of just grow in friendship.
And where will we see it?
With the short film, well, I'm not sure yet. Not sure when we're gonna put it out, or if or where. We'll find out.
Okay.
But it was just fun to do.
Just email your friends with it. Okay, I got it. Pretty cool project to do anyway, just for fun. I guess therapy and just be in front of the camera. You were talking about being a little shy at sometimes, so that helped you probably.
Yeah. I always wanted to get into, like I said, I want to get into acting, and it was fun yesterday. It was so weird how I got into the character. Like I felt like for a second
the wig. That was great.
Well, no, it wasn't just the wig. Yeah, the wig was pretty cool, but like also when I got into the character, so I played this like geeky high schooler. I mean, it's a little bit similar to myself, but she was very shy. She's like a teacher's pet. And then, like, when the people were bullying me, I really got into it, and it kind of brought back my own, experience, just like stuff. I was younger, people said mean stuff to me, kids and stuff.
Everybody gets that.
Yeah, but it was just so weird how I could get into character, and it felt like it was real, even though it was all acting. And almost it was like.
What were you? Did you wear different outfits, glasses, all that kind of stuff?
For my
She was
other
two different
character,
characters,
yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah, I was like a gothic girl who just like speaks.
What do they call it? EMO or emo or something?
Yeah, I was like emo, gothic, yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Okay.
If you had a MySpace, it would be RAR.
Oh my God, MySpace.
RAR
Oh,
XD.
MySpace, man, are we aging ourselves there?
Yeah.
I heard it's been around the whole time.
It
It's
has.
never.
It's a music site. Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
it was one though.
Yeah, it was one, but now it's like specifically that. Like nobody really posts anything else on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and nobody really posts any music on it either. It's
I was
kinda
gonna
like-
say, I remember just like you could rate friends. You remember that whole thing?
Yeah,
So,
the top friends list.
that was really weird.
Yeah, I remember
What
that.
if you're not on the top 10? You talk about feeling weird. That would make me feel.
I'll get insecure about. I remember when I was younger, I was jealous of other people who were like, if I was not on their top 10 list.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
was like,
I mean, maybe that's why they got rid of it. I don't know. I mean,
or
he
like
just,
you'd see Friends movie down. No, he sold it.
that's what I mean. But
Yeah.
he probably had nothing to do with people criticizing that. He just wanted the money, I guess.
Well, now he travels the world and he takes some brilliant photography. If you ever get a chance, look up Tom from MySpace on his Instagram.
All I always
is
see is
popping.
the cartoon impression for like the Simpsons of him, and then of course his old picture. I don't know anything about the guy. Right.
He's
For the
always-
camera, if you can see that.
This was Tom. I remember he's like,
Yeah. Like,
his thumbs up.
hey Tom,
He was
if you see
everybody's
this-
friend too.
That's funny because he was he was the first friend for everybody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he was.
That's right. I forgot about that. I don't
Tom.
think Mark Zuckerberg does that, does he?
No,
No.
Mark's not your friend.
He does have his own. You can friend him, I think, but I don't know if anybody
You can
does.
follow him.
Oh, you follow him. It's follow. Okay.
He's
Got
got the
it.
blue check mark.
Yeah, right. Well, no, you can do that on Facebook too. You're right. Yeah, but that's a Twitter thing, or excuse me, X, like you were just saying. I still call it Twitter, even when people say X. I'm like, you mean Twitter? I don't know if Elon Musk would appreciate that.
I still consider it Twitter. It's weird calling it X.
Yeah,
I mean, they got
Mark.
rid of the
It's like-
bird and everything. I mean, it's all
like
a
that
blank
bird.
screen of X. If you don't sign into your account, that's all you see. It's really weird. But
yeah,
anyway,
before that, they were actually going to merge YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook into one big
I heard that.
conglomerate. Yeah,
I
it's-
heard
that.
It's called UTwitface.
no, I've actually heard that.
No,
I know
it was a
you're
joke.
making a joke, but no, there was a rumor that not YouTube, but Facebook and Twitter were talking about something.
They were for a bit. I
knew the joke
I
was
saw that
coming,
joke.
by the way.
You saw that joke from the comedian?
I did. I can't think of. Is it Oh, now you're gonna put me on the spot. Not Matt Wright, but another guy that's pretty popular like him.
It was about like 10 years back. I saw it on YouTube, and it had me dying because he just.
I still see that. That clip comes on quite often, actually.
I think it's on Facebook.
Yeah, I've seen it many times. But anyway, so I didn't mean to get away from Sandra. So this is coming out. You're working on comic books. Obviously, you have the day job. What else is going on? And what are you thinking of working on?
Okay. Maybe.
Or you're traveling. He was saying something off the air.
So like, I guess outside of my artistic stuff, I love to cycle. I'm an avid cyclist, runner. I love to weightlift, and then of course, I will be quitting my day job to go travel to Australia for a year on a working holiday visa, which is for 18 to 30-year-olds. I'm going with my friend,
Wow.
my best friend Katie Murphy. Shout out to her.
When you heading out?
Wait, so what do you focus on? You said working. It's a work thing.
So yeah, it's a working holiday visa where you can work odd jobs there, and it will fund your travels.
Oh, okay, but not specifically. Like you're not. Well, maybe you will become an artist or something. But what would you do? I mean, what are you thinking of doing?
I'm thinking of like working in like whatever, like my day job was like in logistics, like pharmaceuticals. Fine, or I could also like work in graphic design, pick up freelance gigs. And my friend Brandy, there could be something. You know, I was talking about looking for other book covers. Joe's, you know, if he needs anything, I could work remotely.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, she worked super well. All I did was send her the story, and she sent me drafts of what she felt from the storyline.
Where will you go? Where are you going to travel then, specifically?
Oh, I'm going to Australia. I'm flying into Sydney, and then I'll be staying for the first couple months. I'll be in Brisbane. We plan on going do like across to go Outbacks, Perth, Melbourne.
Oh, you're going to stick with the country of Australia, probably.
Yeah, Australia mostly.
Okay.
Then I'll go to Japan though, most likely for like a lot of the anime and manga.
Oh, I would say you want to.
And the good food
in Australia for sure. Oh man, that's a whole nother thing. That movie's from the '80s with Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, I love that film.
That ain't a knife.
That's a knife.
And he is talking about shrimp on the Barbie in it. He does actually. It's
What's
funny.
that? You know, like I didn't know. Like I knew there was a joke about Dingo ate my baby, but I didn't know that joke was derived from a lady who actually lost her kid to a dingo. Like I didn't know there was a dark backstory.
There is, yeah. It's funny you said that, but I mean, we're talking about you're traveling, but yes, there is a backstory to that. There's a lot of stuff that comes out of Australia that's kind of weird story.
Just watch out for the
spiders.
The big, huge spiders.
Actually, you could use the huntsman as a pet because like it's about the size of 2 chihuahuas. So
that's what I've heard. That's kind of scary.
No, but they actually they're harmless to people. So
you say that. I don't know. Maybe I get it. But
so they rise up.
I mean, if you see them in the dark, I don't think it matters friendly or not. But okay, I guess they're all right. Because, you see pictures, and you're going to find this out. They're, just hanging on the side of the wall right by the door where you go into your house. So,
I already got a comedy skit for that. I'll be the American. I'll be like...
Oh, there's the comment.
Sarah Rzeczyca
I think they're used to that.
Australia.
They're probably used to that reaction, too. That's funny. Oh, my gosh. So, okay, so you don't have a specific... When you do quit and move, you don't have a specific plan? You're just going to kind of wing it, basically? Or you do have some jobs kind of already set up?
I'm looking at jobs already to see, talking to people and seeing what is there, but preferably it'd be easier to get a job when I'm there because I'll have to have an Australian number and an Australian address because it's harder to get it abroad. But it's possible, but it's harder. But I'm still hoping on.
You're all set with the visa and everything,
yes,
obviously.
The visa, yes.
And or do they need visas? I don't know if they need them for Australia, but definitely a passport, obviously.
Yeah, I need a passport, and I have to have a visa to be able to do this because otherwise, I just have to try. I'd be able to travel, but I can work there legally.
Oh, a work visa, duh. Yeah, okay. We said, hello, Mario Daybell.
Yeah, I do have a visa.
I'm already thinking about something else. The next thought of what I'm going to ask you, right? But anyway, so everything here just sounds so cool. You definitely got to get the book when it comes out. So we're all gonna now put you guys on the spot. Where is it? Where's the book? They're probably gonna be emailing me on Facebook.
You can check out the Instagram, Henry the Hyper Hippo. It's on Facebook, Henry the Hyper Hippo. Also follow her.
How about a Christmas release? Maybe. I guess it's not up to Sandra. It sounds like it's up to your guys' editor.
Yeah, we're looking to get it out by before Christmas. If we're talking about a Christmas book, then that would be more of. For the future. My second one that I'm writing is kind of dealing with the ADHD anger is what they like, because ADHD has low emotional control at certain points when.
I know about that. Believe
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So it's like,
Libby's really mad all the time. She's been kind of calm the last few podcasts, but normally she's edgy.
there's lots of times where you can't like necessarily fully control your emotions, and I'm kind of. As a kid, I dealt with that.
Relate to that from Libby, dealing with Libby.
And I still kind of like have my spikes, but I also was diagnosed bipolar last year, so it was just
No
kinda,
kidding.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so but to know that has been the biggest growth in my life, which has helped me to address a lot of things that were dragging me.
So you can get really mad at people at some point?
There are points where I could get flustered, but I have definitely learned to know myself more and to grow with myself more. So it's helped me to address those certain issues.
I guess there's meds people take for that stuff too, I imagine.
There are. Having ADHD and bipolar makes it a little harder for getting the right types of meds to suit both.
You've talked in other shows, there's some meditation involved, right? Like not like yoga, but something similar, don't you? Like the breathing, I think we talked about.
Breathing is definitely a big thing for everybody. I think huge.
No, I mean exercise is not just breathing. Of course, I know about worrying about breathing.
I was talking about breathing like as an exercise.
Oh, okay. I thought, like in life.
I wasn't talking about breathing.
Yeah, no, for a second
I've
I
been
thought
holding my
you
breath
were.
this whole
I was
time.
like, what?
You didn't know that?
So, okay. Well, anyway, we didn't mean to talk all about Joe. This was all about having your friend Sandra on. It's been a pleasure talking with you. You got to communicate with us. Send us stuff on our social media. How you're doing out there in Australia.
Oh yeah.
Keep an eye on you.
When are you heading out?
November 3rd.
Oh,
holy cow!
That's in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's
from the
coming
live.
up.
We're here on a Sunday in October.
Are you all packed?
Nah, yeah, I still gotta do that.
I hope you saved a bunch of money because it's not cheap over there.
I did save a lot. I have enough saved up, but I'm able to work there, so that will help me a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean to get started.
Oh yeah, I got you. Before I find one, it takes a while, but.
So are you gonna bring your car out there and everything, or are you gonna find a car when you get out there? Sell your car.
I'm actually gonna ride my bike.
You're riding your bike to Australia? How?
No. I could fly. I'll invent the flying machine like the DeLorean.
Yeah, there you go.
You got a chitty bang bike.
They do. You could take your bike with you on the cruise ship, but no, you're flying, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm flying. No, but I'm gonna buy a bike there on Facebook
Yeah, that makes
Marketplace
sense.
for like $30-$40, and I'm cycling everywhere.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
I'm a
big
cyclist,
country,
so,
but
yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people are bikers.
Wear mosquito repellent.
Yes, a lot of.
We're bringing out all the bad stuff, so I'm sure this is not going to go well to be like a advertisement for go to Australia, right?
I want to
Boxing
know.
kangaroos.
Yeah.
There's videos of boxing kangaroos.
I would like to see some.
I think you could win.
There's one. There's
go low and uppercut.
There's the one with
if he comes at you.
The kangaroo's standing like this, and the joke is, it's just a bodybuilder deer. That's all. Because I guess they're in the same family, supposedly. I don't know anything
I didn't
about
know
it.
that. That's pretty cool.
That's what I've heard. I could be wrong on that one. Don't quote me on it. I'm not a biologist over here. But anyway, it was a pleasure having you. Thank you so much, Sandra. Say your last name again.
Rzeczyca.
Thank you. And we can
pet
find
a platypus for me? Just show me a picture if you find
I will.
one.
I'll get
that's
you a
my
pet
favorite animal.
I'll get you a
I
pet
forgot-
platypus.
I forgot that they're big over in that region of the world.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But anyway, so your page again. Say it again.
Oh, it's Black Knight Studios.
Got it. So we'll look for you there. And again, thanks a lot for being here. Again, thanks for Joe for bringing her.
Sandra, you rule, and definitely check out the rest of her art. And the book's going to be coming out soon.
Soon, very soon. So we'll be looking for it. And again, thanks, Libby, for being with us like always.
I like to say one thing. She's talking about jealousy. I'm always jealous of people who can draw because I can't. It's to save my life.
There you go. So
So-
that's what we wanted to have you on just for that. So Libby can see the cool illustration for the
Yeah.
book. So everybody have a good night. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Oh, this is awesome.
Oh,
Thank
we were glad to have you on.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
I love
Thank
that
you.
you got everything in right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna be worried about you in Australia, but when you get there, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
You got everything in from your sheet, right?
I know
Yeah, I
All
did.
your points? All right, perfect.
Spirits of us. Yeah, I did.
Cool.